This is the beginning of a process, and the process will end when it ends. It will end when we get a deal.
Contract now. It's time. It's as simple as that. I want to thank you for coming out here today to show your support of the negotiating committee. You know, after 2 years of interim talks, 20 months of direct Section 6 negotiations, it's time for these negotiations to conclude.
What gets us the contract? Unity gets us the contract that we've earned. FedEx is looking past us. They're looking past Scott's team. They're looking past your MEC, your reps. They're looking past the officers and the committees, and they're looking directly to the FedEx pilots. Stand with your fellow pilots today, understanding that to your left and to your right, what FedEx needs to see and hear, they're going to see and they're going to hear. And that is very loud and very clear. You can look past us and the message will be the same. My negotiating committee speaks for me. And contract now, it's time.
It's a necessary duty. We owe it to each other. And we're doing it to make sure the front office of this corporation, and we all know who we're talking to, has no misunderstanding about what's going on here. No misunderstanding at all about our commitment, no misunderstanding. There's a lot of layers between us and the top level of this corporation in these negotiations, and there's a lot of chance for messages to get confused. We're going to make sure the message is clear.
Few contracts are achieved without the direct participation of the pilots. That's what brings us here today. To show that unity one more time, to stand up and say loud and clear, my negotiating committee speaks for me. Thanks for coming. It matters.
You know, we usually see how smoothly things run at FedEx and how many people are employed there, and this is a pretty class outfit, but they're dragging their feet, and the pilots have had enough of it, so they want this to be done.
And the pilots feel like they're spinning their wheels, and it's time for them to sit down and get this all worked out before time becomes an issue.
Yeah.
And a negotiation tactic.
Yeah, time is already the issue, but they're just, they just take their time and drag it out just to make people kind of cave in eventually and go, okay, I'll just sign the damn thing. Let's move along. These guys work hard and do a good job, but everybody wants to play games with their employees and drag them out till they finally cave in. And maybe these guys won't. So our thoughts to all you boys who are trying to get paid for what you do. Can't blame them.
Pilots in 3 cities picketing over contract negotiations for
the picket line this morning near Memphis International Airport.
Union pilots held demonstrations in 3 cities, including right here in Memphis.
Taking it to the streets, FedEx pilots from Anchorage are on the ground today protesting.
Okay, so today FedEx pilots represented by the ALPA union are going to be doing some informational picking.
in Memphis, Anchorage, Alaska, and Los Angeles. FedEx pilots are picketing.
FedEx pilots, boy, they are fed up tonight, and they're holding informational pickets in 3 cities across.
Pilots union says it's taking too long to complete contract negotiations for
FedEx pilots are fed up tonight. They're holding informal pickets.
Airport calling for a better contract.
Contract negotiations with its pilots, who held an informational picket today.
The pilots say the contract negotiating process is taking too long.
It's time for flight management to recognize and reward FedEx pilots with a compensation package that we earn 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It is time.
Sometimes you have to stand up. This is the hand that we're dealt. We were dealt it by FedEx because they didn't take the opportunity that was presented to them. FedEx needs to see just what they're seeing here today. They're looking past us, and they need to see a wall of pilots. And that's what you represent. Not just here, not just in Anchorage, not just in LA. Your teammates, your brothers, your fellow pilots standing up together as one, as FedEx ALPA pilot. FedEx looked past us and they looked to the pilots. What they needed to see was a wall of pilots. But if that's not a wall, I don't know what is. I was wrong. I said at the beginning of my talk earlier today that I'd never been more honored to represent FedEx pilots, and I was wrong. Today, standing on Democrat, that's when I've never been more honored and proud to be representing you. Thank you.